Okay, there we go. I got my mouse to work finally. Ugh. Oh my goodness, the mouse took forever to function. I was like playing a lot of the time in Halo Nova. Ugh, my goodness me. Ugh, I need to like invest in a better mouse, man. Mm. It all it takes is a good little stab. Mm. I missed most of my. Oh, that was for yesterday? Ah, yeah. Mm. Oh, don't worry. You can always catch up in the VOD. Just in case. I hopefully none of my songs got muted. I haven't really looked at the VOD yet to do any inspections or anything of the sort. So I'm not entirely sure what songs got muted and what didn't. So I'll probably have a look after the stream ends. So how have you been? How have you been? I have the con flu. I have a delayed con flu. I don't think it's COVID because I'm 100% sure it's not COVID. But I got the Z-con flu. I got Zippo's con flu right now. So if I cough and gag and sneeze, excuse me, I'm sorry. I am straight up perishing as well. Hey Ken, you were dying too? Yeah. I did not hear Vivian sing. I'll probably watch that later. Hydrate. Hydrating. So what did everyone do today? I just basically rested and chilled. Ah, bloop. I love my chair. My new chair is so comfy. Yeah. Ugh. I got a new chair. As I said in Ken's chat. I just set it up recently, so, yay. Ugh. I did it all by myself. Well, nearly all by myself. I had a little bit of assistance because I wouldn't have like, where does this go type of thing. So it was like, this chair was 95% made by me. What? Wait, what? What is the context for things? Hey, Niwa! What's with the huh? 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 What? Excuse me. Huh? What? Who? What? Where? And how? What did I come to? Chaos, I think. Chaos. Definitely some chaos. Nothing new. Everything has a little bit of chaos here and there. One of the buttons on my chair kind of fell off, so hopefully that doesn't make my chair fall apart. If it does, I'll be sad. Yeah, I'll fix it later. Shall we get into the game? I think we should get into the game. Chaos. Yeah, nothing new when chaos is concerned. Dang, Mike. Dang, Mousy. Dang, Mousy.
This place is rather gloomy.
Why don't you lighten the mood for us while we're here then?
I'll see what I can do.
Sounds like everything went well. What do you say we set sail and make our way back to the plotted Manning set, eh?
Our first port of call is Ulzebek.
Back where you first started out.
Yeah, along with my dad.
You okay? You don't look so good. I think I'm just a little seasick, that's all.
Liar.
Huh?
You heard me. You've never been good at hiding
Smash
your
was
emotions,
not
Shion.
too long ago, yeah.
Excuse me? Just what do you...
It was like a week ago. This time last week, it was like the second
No.
to last day of Smash.
You're right. I'm sorry.
Oh, so fun. It's been a while, hasn't it?
Is it about Alphen?
No.
I'm just holding up
just
on Crunchyroll Expo guess.
Something you can't talk about?
Rinwell, I'm not like the rest of you.
Of course you are. No, I'm serious. Back when we first met, I think maybe then I did think we were different. But now I know that isn't true. You and I are the same, Shion. We're alike in more ways than you know. If any of us is different, it's me. I'm a Danon who can use magic. I may be the last. My family and I have been living in hiding as long as I can remember.
Everyone has their own pain that can be hard for other people to understand.
I agree with that line.
I saw the two of you talking and thought you could use a third wheel. So
Third wheel,
here
huh?
I am.
Third wheel.
Sorry.
If anyone's the odd one out here, it's me. Believe me, you don't want to listen to my problems.
Want me to go?
What is this
I
third
didn't say
wheel
that.
you speak of?
I get that you must have a lot circling around that head of yours. And that's okay. Whatever's worrying you right now, you're allowed to worry about it. And you don't have to talk about it if you don't want to. I know I'm not a Renin like you, or a mage like Rinwell. I'm not a sovereign, maiden, or lord. I'm just a Danon who used to be a slave.
I think everyone
But
can relate to
regardless
being a
of all
third
that,
wheel.
I'm here for you, Shion.
I've been a third wheel so many times. I don't mind.
That
I find it
goes for
cute.
me too. We all want to be there for you. Me and Hoodle and even the boys. I promise. I mean, that is what friends are supposed
Yes,
to do.
that's what friends are
right?
for.
I said this to Alphen, and now I'll say it to you. You're not alone in this.
Thank you. Rinwell. Kisara.
And right on cue, I think I should make my way back and lie down for a bit. My battle with this ship continues.
Oh, she gets seasick. I forgot.
Yeah, I better head back too. We wouldn't want the guys thinking they're in charge. Can you imagine Law at the helm? Who knows what kind of trouble we'd get into?
I can imagine. More chaos.
Still, if that's true, then it's all the more reason I have to do this.
Do what now?
I think it's safe to rest here now.
Go to Uzbek? This silent treatment. Ooh.
Alright, something is definitely up with Shion.
Yeah, something big by the looks of it. I've never seen her so serious.
So, do you think we should say something to Alphen then?
I was wondering the same thing myself, but then it occurred to me. Whatever this thing on her mind is, it's probably the last thing in the world she wants people to know about. If she's trying this hard to keep it secret, then it's not really our place to go telling people before she's ready.
Yeah.
I can't tell them. There's just no way I could, right? What am I supposed to do?
Doop 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 boop doop 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 boop boop. Doop 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 boop doop doop doop. Oh, a flatfish. That was the most easiest fishing ever. Finding it in a box. Alright, let's head to Uzbek.
Ah, Calaglia. Feels like it's been ages.
And wasn't Zephyr with us too?
Dad.
Hey, chin up! This is your hometown.
Liberated Calagria.
Everyone around here looks so much happier than they used to.
I'll say. It feels like an entirely different place. I suppose it's had time to adjust to its newfound freedom.
Zephyr would have been so happy to see this.
Yeah, he really would have. Especially if he knew Law was... Law?
You okay, Law?
Something bothering you, Law?
Nah, I'll be fine. It's just, you know.
I want to give Law a hug.
It still weighs on you, doesn't it? Running away back then.
I abandoned my home. Then when I finally come back, it's been liberated. What's important is that it's free. I get that, I do. I just... I should have been here.
Hang on, please.
Just one thing after another, and it all falls on my head too.
Hey, Nath.
What? Can't you see I'm... Alphen?
Looks like you have your hands full.
As much as ever. As if I wasn't busy enough putting down the last remnants of Renin rule, I'm up to my ears in Danon disputes. And then, to top it all off, that thing had to come crashing down from out of the sky.
Pretty sure we've heard this somewhere before.
But enough about my problems. What can I help you with?
Yeah, we're looking for an old Renin starship. You wouldn't happen to know any around these parts, would you?
A starship? What do you need one of those for?
To get to Lenegis.
Lenegis? Are you out of your damn mind?
Yeah,
Believe it or not, it
Yeah.
wouldn't be the craziest thing we've done recently.
I'll say.
Well, I believe it. Well, either way, I'm afraid I haven't heard anything about a starship.
Then do you have any historical records by chance?
Sure, we've got stacks of old records.
Mind if we take a look at them?
Yeah, okay.
Thanks, Nath.
I read through all of the records, but I only found a single line that might point to what we're looking for. It mentions a rock that shot across the sky and landed past the mountains. The event was recorded just before the first Renin invasion.
And you think that might be the starship?
I don't know. There was nothing else in the records that came even close. It looked like it was someplace called Berg, but maybe I'm reading it wrong.
Berg?
That ring any bells for you?
Yeah, that's one of the biggest volcanoes in Calaglia. I was just there recently, investigating a report of a meteor someone saw.
Another meteor in the same area? Really?
I wonder if it could have been one of those lights that shot out of the wedge.
All the more reason to check it out. Can you tell us how to get there?
The old Zion mine is up that way. One of the veins we abandoned connects to the volcano. Go ahead and use that. But you should be careful.
Huh?
I don't know if it has anything to do with the meteor. There's a giant Zoogle running riot in there. Never seen anything like it.
Riot?
A Zoogle, huh?
And I turned back as soon as I caught sight of the thing, so I can't tell you much more. Just be real careful if you head out that way.
Yep. That happens.
All right. I guess...
Yeah, well, just a little sad. Yeah, no.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't like the sound of that monster Nath was talking about one bit.
Well, we have to press on. We're going through Zion Mine to Berg Volcano. Let's move.
Hoodle! My Hoodle's in transit. My Hoodle plushie's in transit.
Everything okay
I can't
with
wait
Hoodle,
to get
Rinwell?
it.
He seems kind of out of
I
spirits.
want my Hoodle.
It must be the heat getting to him. We don't get these kind of temperatures back in Cislodia.
Galaglians born and raised here struggle with it too, so it's no surprise.
Aha! So that's why his plumage is so white. He was born in a winter wonderland.
Actually, Dan and owls absorb the astral energy of whatever land they're raised in. Where they're born doesn't affect their appearance at all. But that's not why he's white. The real reason is that he's still just a baby.
Baby! Baby.
You mean their plumage changes color depending on where they grow up? Weird.
And with all this traveling
doing
we've been
good. It's
doing,
so good.
it wouldn't surprise me if his wings ended up looking like a colorful painting.
So
I think he suits his snowy
yeah,
complexion.
so good.
It'll feel
I
strange to
want to
see him
squish
change.
its cheeks and
How
hug it
awesome
and
would it
pet
be if
it,
his
and
head
I
and
want my
wings were
own
different
hoo.
colors? And his stomach and sides, like a map of our travels!
That's a little bit over. Yeah, that's a little.
Ow, lay off, will ya? So much for the heat making him docile!
You've only yourself to blame for that one. Hoodle takes pride in his appearance, you know.
Fascinating.
Very much
An
so.
appreciation of aesthetic beauty in an owlet so young.
Dohalim, I think you've drawn his
Yes, you
attention.
did. Mm. All right. Ah, yeah, okay. I'll take a warp here.
We've reached our destination.
It's quite hot here. The climate feels different from Menancia's.
It's gotten much cooler since leaving town, though.
Does that mean eyes were burning holes in us?
Ah, blah, please.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
So we're back in the Zion Mine tunnels. Who would have thought we'd be going through this place again? This is where you and I first fought together.
And also the first time we touched, as I recall.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Yes,
Really.
yes, really. uh. I remember first playing through this dungeon. My controller drifted like no tomorrow, but good thing gotten like new set of controls. I only have one now, so I'm just gonna be very careful with this one.
Out of our way!
Yeah, level 7. 2 shots and no out.
Barely a blip on our radar.
Not really worth the fight.
I won't forgive you!
Small, but a victory nonetheless.
We have a long way yet to go.
So this path is supposed to take us out to Berg Volcano?
We're not gonna see any lava burst out in front of us or anything, are we?
Don't get so paranoid you let a rock fall on your head, Law.
Berg Volcano.
So hot.
Well, yeah. We've reached the inner portion of Berg Volcano.
We need to find that starship. And fast.
Let me. Oh. Hello. Hang on, I'm just gonna blow my nose a little. So I gotta be in here. Boop. Okay.
Huh. You can make plants grow instantly? What if we use this for fruits and vegetables?
I'd rather not be our party's fertilizer. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Is there anything over here? Just, oh. They just like all lined up and charged.
Retreat if you know what's good for you. Here I come. It's over. You're mine. You're finished. Come and face me. You airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for you and enemy hearts to me.
You're mine. No complaints here. A scream bathed in blood. Your men can't get out of this. Rinwell. Light burst forth.
Radiant Genesis! You don't mess around.
Now, here I come. Certainly not. Elusive deity. Save you.
Why are you so much, Rinwell?
Maybe my arts do have a place in this world.
Sure, there's tons you can do.
You fight better at a distance. The further away, the better. You and I both.
You're mine. Elusive deity. Double me. In an instant. Impact clock. To achieve such harmony takes a singular will.
Right on. Tis the flu season.
What's with that shining
la,
foe
la,
over there?
la, 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 la. Everybody gets sick in the winter.
This one will be
la, la,
difficult
la,
to
la.
predict.
Hello. I'm just feeling weird.
I shall ensure you survive this. The enemy wields armor too.
You'll soon see about that. Glad you have your use.
What did I have for dinner? I had bangers and mash.
This one keeps charging us.
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Good. I'll leave it to you. Here I come. No further. You're finished.
I'm all stocked up. Another
Take this.
Hear me.
You're finished.
Burning holy water.
Here I come. You're finished.
Bread.
Tempting. You're mine. It's over.
Lightning orb.
Here I come. Elusive deity. You're finished.
Lightning condensed.
You're mine. You're finished. Elusive deity. Armor won't save you. Rotating pile driver. Eat dirt! Benediction light.
You guys said nothing.
It's over! Take that! You're finished! Elusive deity!
This one's mine.
Eagle ray!
Now.
You're totally! In an instant! Impact block!
With this, I can become even stronger. My face is starting to sting, and my throat feels super parched.
Here, have some water. Just make sure you don't drink too much.
Thanks.
You want some too, Shion? Oh, wait. I bet you're hungry more than anything, aren't you?
I'm fine, thank you very much.
Aww. That is so cute. They are so cute.
Let's dispose of the trash.
You're mine! It's over!
Lightning Ray, over here! Coming through!
It's over!
If it curls up, time to get out of the way. Anything in armor is
So
all
what did I
mine.
do?
Glacier line free. Why can't they just sit still?
Shion, can you take care of them?
No sooner
Get
said
out of
than
there.
done.
An astro art?
That's my cue.
Shut him down!
Sealed.
Flame inside me! You're going to be light free!
Now.
Eagle ray!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished! Now! Here I come!
Glacial Spear.
It's over!
Banana, let's go.
Here I come!
Here's the
You're
evil.
finished!
Dance to the wind. Lancer. Sealed.
Its armor's too strong!
Then I'll split it open.
Be my guest!
Armor won't save
Here I
you.
go. All right. It's showtime.
Soaring cloud.
Take this! I'm ready!
Illuminate. Blah, blah, blah. Go for it.
Prepare to crumble.
Beckons into everlasting darkness! It's over!
Negative gate. On your
Burn up.
Gemini Aqua. Dance in the wind. Air thrust.
Here I come!
Illuminate the dark.
Charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Here goes. Lightning Oracle. Now.
Take this! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis.
My exploits are bearing fruit.
I think I just backtracked a bit, but yeah.
Hey, look at that enemy. It's shining.
Can I please open the treasure chest
This one will
first?
be difficult to predict.
I'll take you all off! Take this! Others can't get out of this! Burn!
The flashing parts are weak
No
points.
armor can stop me.
Remind me to stay on your good side.
Take this!
Action. Arts required. Gemini Aqua.
Escape!
Annihilation.
Elusive deity! Eagle ray!
Dance in the wind. I can handle it.
You're finished!
Lightning Contend. Thunderblade.
Escape!
Bronze and red. This one's mine. Mega Ray. Gemini Aqua.
I can carve through armor.
Here I come! I'm ready! It's Trigger!
Say no more. Got it.
Well done.
This one's all mine.
I'll stop its charge.
Thanks, Kitara.
Here I come.
Struck.
Water.
Hear my call. Holy lead.
You're mine.
Spear.
You're
Here's
finished.
evil.
I'm ready. Here I come.
Raging storm. I can't hold on much longer. Raging cascade. Arctic. Lunar blast.
Blood. Rending you
One
apart.
on this bug now.
You're
Fight
mine.
better at a distance.
It's over.
The further away, the better. You and I
In a
both.
bind. Here I come.
I can handle it.
Searing flame.
You're mine.
This world.
You're finished.
Water. Hear my call.
Soaring blast.
Glacial spear. Here to illuminate the dark. Holy
I
land.
owe you one.
Holy
I'm
land.
not done. Armor won't save you.
Primed and ready. Do it.
Still.
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished.
Am I on a roll or what?
Yes.
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
We gotta go, Joe.
What could this be?
I won't forgive you.
Stalagmite.
I never miss.
Here I come. Take this. Ignite.
Lunar corruption.
You're mine.
Gemini
It's
Aqua.
over. Take this.
Gemini Aqua.
Take this.
Denied.
Take this.
Mega ray. By the power of water.
Take this.
Not on my watch. Eat dirt.
Armor won't save you.
Mega ray.
You're mine.
Wind after
It's over.
energy. Illuminate the dark. Come
In a
forth,
bind.
holy
I'm
glimmer.
ready. Dueling. In an instant. Impact clock. We work well together. Like a finely timed waltz. You're finished.
This one's mine.
Can you succeed? You're
Raging
finished.
cascade.
Burn in hell.
Lunar blast. Here. Watch them.
You're finished. Can you
Let's get you all tucked away. By the power
Take
of
this.
water. Gemini now. Ridwell. Astral energy. Full throttle. They're all coming after me.
I'm coming, Renwell.
I'm not scared. I'm totally fine.
It's over.
Reload. Illuminate the dark.
Anything in armor is all mine.
Take this.
Nothing gets I can't heal you forever.
Be careful not to overdo it.
I'm sorry.
Do it. Astral energy.
Say no more. Got it.
Well done. Primed and ready. By the
Probably need to top up CP soon. Armor breaker. Ooh. Look at all the lovely things I can teach him. Let's go back to the here. Achoo! Ugh. Mm. 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 Ugh. Thank you. Mm. I'll take care of all this later.
Fighting in this state isn't advisable.
It's crazy to see rocks melt before our eyes.
Watch where you're going, everyone. If you fall, there will be nothing left of you.
Exactly. So don't try anything funny. Especially you, Law. No pushing anyone, not even as a joke.
I'm not a little kid!
Okay, so I'm gonna draw people. So I'm just gonna do a little sneaky sneak. I probably do kind of need the experience, but
Let's see what
Here
we've got.
goes! There!
You're mine!
I'm only
You're
getting
finished.
started. You won't mind if I do. You have to aim for the burn area on their back. Here's the
I shall
shoulder.
provide assistance.
Chinese
You're mine!
signature
Aim for
punch.
the weak spot.
All right,
Take
it's
this.
showtime.
Here I come!
I require complete focus.
Eat dirt!
Radiant punch. Here.
No dawn shall break this
Here.
night.
Can't get any more here. Hey, strike. Laser beam.
I can do without the pain. Look sharp! Lightning tiger blade! Now! Strike!
fighting with like 5 HP isn't really that wise.
Everlasting
Deal for
resonate with the earth!
Dance in the wind annihilation. Feel.
Bending you apart! It's over! Burning! Bloody hot!
Let's top up the CP as well.
I'm not done! Rising wyvern!
Where are you going? Do it.
Chill!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
Here's
My
the healing
turn!
arc.
Take this!
Can't see it.
Strike!
Armor won't save you!
First aid. All
Okay,
right.
here I
It's
go.
showtime.
The flame inside me yearns to be let free!
Do it. Air thrust.
Chill!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished! With your flames and my technique,
We're stronger together than we are apart.
Cute. Where's my Alphin? Oh, good. I have a little healing circle. There we go. Let's boop a save. Because booping a save makes this go pretty well. Boop. Okay, that's the big boy.
What the hell is that thing?
Something big.
probably that monster Nath warned us about if I had to guess.
Do you think this might have been where one of those lights that shot out of the wedge landed?
But why this location? If the purpose of the wedge is to harvest Dana's astral energy.
We can figure that out later. If that thing gets into town, it's going to cause chaos. We need to take it down and move on. Let's go!
Level 47.
This one's tough, but we have no choice.
Let me know if you need healing.
Well, how do you roll again?
comes.
Oh,
Focus.
how
On
do
your
I
toes,
roll
everyone.
again? I forgot how to roll. Ah, there you go.
Suddenly turning tail doesn't seem so ridiculous.
Why? Are you scared?
Me? Are you?
Do you even have to ask? Of course I'm scared.
Focus up before we become that thing's lunch.
It's summoning Zoogle? Take care of them while keeping an eye on it.
This one keeps charging us.
That's what my shield for. Here I come.
Good. I'll leave it to you. No further.
Holy land! Arts requires complete focus. Where are you going?
You're finished.
Don't mind if I do.
Inside me yearns to be let free. Heal. Crush.
Don't suffer in silence.
There.
Burn.
Gravitas field.
No escape.
Mega ray.
I appreciate some healing, you know, guys. Thank you.
Here I go.
In here. This will come in handy. Corruption.
Save you!
I'm not done.
Lunar blast. Lightning orb. It looks like you got this one covered.
Oh no, don't live.
Pay for that. It's over.
So you came to my rescue again.
You need to be careful. With the blazing sword and with my thorns.
This one's mine.
I can carve through armor!
Strike.
Oh, this is taking a little bit of time
Take this!
fighting these small guys.
You're mine. It's over.
Can't get out of this!
No escape.
Lunar corruption. Lunar
It's
blast.
over.
To the fray.
You're finished.
Get on in there with the
Here
others.
I come. It's over.
Everlasting drop! Soaring blast! I'm ready!
Law, get toasty.
Bird strike!
Illuminate the dark.
Not a chance.
On your knees!
I can handle it. Power of water.
Blew away.
Denied!
Mega
Take
ray.
it. You're finished. Raining slash. Here I come. It's over.
Dance in the wind.
Here I come.
Ready and ready!
Light astral
I can
energy.
carve through
This one's all mine. I'm not done. Not today.
I never miss.
No escape.
Here's a healing
Take
art.
this. You're finished.
Raging storm.
You're mine.
Photon, illuminate the dark. Come forth.
Raining
Holy
blast.
Holy
Blew
land.
away.
Take this!
Strike.
Lightning. Downfall.
Thrilling performance.
Take this. You're finished.
Thunder field. Dance in the wind. In here.
Anything in armor is all mine!
Burn.
I can handle it!
Take this. It's over.
Armor won't save you!
Mega lightning orb.
Take this. Strike.
I'll face
Ray,
you!
there you go.
I'm
Fill
ready.
that up.
Totally. In an instant. Impact block.
Benediction light.
I owe you, Shion.
Healing is what my arts do
Here
best.
come more!
You'll just have to
All
keep
mine can
fighting.
do is cause havoc and destruction. Leave the enemy's arts to me.
No complaints here!
Where are you going? If it's in the sky, it's mine.
Another incantation ruined.
Confiscated. I'll heal you all.
This is looking good.
What real pain feels like?
I should forgive you. This is my fault.
Illuminate the dark. Here's the holy land. Breathe, Lancer.
Our odds of being interrupted.
Shattering the peak! Armor won't save it!
No more playing night.
Benediction light.
Illuminate.
I don't think they're gonna heal me, revive me, so I have to probably do it myself. So this is gonna be game over. Oh, never mind. They did that already.
You're finished.
Shining supernova.
Why'd you heal me?
To stop you dying?
Shining supernova. You're really, really strong, Alvin.
I'm just trying to do the best I can.
Still, it's reassuring to have you around. As impressive as always.
Here I hope that wasn't stupid.
No, I mean, you're even better than
Oh,
ever.
wow.
I've never seen Keon actually look flustered. I can't heal you forever. Here, let me help.
Now I can let loose. Rising Wiper!
Confiscated.
Take this! No further!
Lightning orb! Here, let me help.
No escape!
I'm all
Take
fucked
this!
up. Hold on to your art.
Dance on the wing!
I'm not done!
Here I
Here
go.
I come! It's over! Ignite!
Banana, do it!
Take this!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
I'm gonna top up the CP. 해내보죠. There we go.
There!
Benediction light. Heal!
Reinforcements incoming!
Not a problem.
Soaring blast! I can carve through armor!
Let the marksman handle this.
It's over!
Where are you going?
You're mine! You're finished!
Here goes!
You're mine!
Confiscated.
Take this! No escape!
Lightning condemned. Healing circle.
Here I come!
One more time.
You're finished!
Watson.
Got you!
Dance in the wind.
This is some punishment.
Stay away from my friend!
Raging cascade.
You're finished!
They're all coming after me.
I'm coming, Manuel!
I'm not scared. I'm totally fine.
Ready and brave!
From depth to bit.
It's on!
Blah, blah, blah. Sleep now. Water, hear my call. Here I go. I'm only getting started. Here goes.
It's over!
Will this help?
Eat dirt!
One more time.
Here I come! It's over!
Raging cascade.
A lot of people on life support here.
Take
Searing
this!
flame.
Armor won't save you!
Dance in the wind. Air thrust.
In a bind?
Thunder field.
Here I come!
Raging
It's over!
cascade.
Light.
In here. Keon is there with the other. Amount of air. Watson, this one's mine.
Here I come!
I'll grind you into
It's
dust!
on!
Dance in the wind. Sleep now.
You're mine! It's
You
over!
all tucked away. I'll heal
Here
you
I
all.
come! Air pressure!
Raging healing from right. It's showtime.
Now I can let loose!
Hear my call. Wind. Card now.
Take this!
Fear. Here's evil.
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Here, let me help. Lightning
You're
condemned.
mine!
Thunder. One more time. Do not. Illuminate the
Take
dark.
this!
Come forth.
You're finished!
I'll heal you all.
Here I come!
Anything in armor is all
Thanks for the healing. Watch yourself, okay? Yeah, you
Now
too.
I can let loose!
rending you a bloody
Take this! It's over!
I'm probably gonna read stuff. Probably need to read stuff.
You picked the wrong fight!
Hopefully I have enough gold to do so.
Can't end here!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss. I'll bring you back from death's abyss. Oh, violent darting wind. Carve now through all. Sleep the torches to me.
Now I can let loose!
Illuminate the dark. Come forth, holy land. I'm taking too much damage. Arch shield.
You're mine!
I'll heal you all on my watch.
Forgive me.
Here I come!
All right.
Here I
It's
come!
daytime.
I can carve through armor!
I'll bring you back from
Take
death's
this! You're finished!
resuscitation. Illuminate the dark. Come forth, holy
You're
land.
mine! You're finished! to be let free. It's over.
Can't get out of this!
Take this. You're finished.
That magic damn power.
In an instant. Impact rock.
Benediction light.
Heal.
Healing circle! It's about to strike!
Look sharp, everyone.
Take this!
Everyone all right?
We won't surrender. We won't retreat. Not yet.
Whatever you do, just please stay safe.
How are we supposed to take... on something so big?
I'll handle it. Just watch and learn. That's enough.
Quick time events.
Go back down. Everyone okay?
Yeah, I think so.
That thing scared the pants off me.
It felt like it had a different aura than other Zeugles, didn't it?
Yeah. It wasn't like the one that Almadria sicked on us either.
Its elemental astral energy variance was out of this world. It was like fighting a lord.
I guess it's safe to assume that if it came out of the wedge, it must have played some part in helping harvest astral energy. But what?
Perhaps a living spirit vessel? It's plausible, given the location. Or it may be part of a new force dispatched to regain control of Dana.
If we assume that monster was one of the 4 beams of light, we must have prevented something from taking place here.
I'd like to think so, knowing how much grief it gave us. But at least with that out of the way, we can keep moving forward now. Let's go.
Okay. Fun. Ooh, incineration wave. Okay. We have the secret key.
I still got a ways to go.
So what's everyone doing this week? What's everyone planning?
What do you know? Another big fire monster with nothing better to do than get in our way.
Yeah, that's relatable.
I wonder where the rest of those lights ended up landing. It looked like they were pretty scattered.
Well, whatever they're after,
Ouch, ouch,
let's
ouch.
just hope none of them are anywhere near a city. An ambush on civilians is the last thing we need.
Well, no rest for the wicked, right? Though with 1 down and 3 to go, it sounds like our headache is just beginning.
I thought you liked the opportunity to flex your muscles.
Against those things? It's not like I have a death wish. Besides, we've already got our hands full saving the world.
Give me my
Dying
hoodoo.
stupidly won't be much help to the cause.
post
Yeah, I
office
guess I
guys.
can't argue with that
Get
logic.
my hoodoo.
Sorry.
I want one. Hmm. Ooh. 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 No. I don't know why I'm sleepy. I took a lot of naps today.
Hey, is that it over there?
Yeah, I'm fine. I caught a cold.
Alvin?
Did you remember something?
I caught another cold.
No,
Oh,
but
could it be COVID? I'm not
I
entirely
have seen
sure.
this starship before.
Because a lot of people I know have came down with it because of the con last week.
This is it. This is the ship I traveled in when I escaped from Lenegis.
I'll test later.
3 centuries later, and it's no worse for wear. I'll take a look at the internals.
Damn! I'm amazed it still works at all after all this time.
The past meets the present. I really am from a different time and place.
Aw, Alvin.
Yeah, but you've got us now, Alvin.
Not only that, but you've helped out so many people too.
Law's right. Grinwell too. You're one of us now. No more
I'm at a
carrying
couple
the weight
always
of
now.
history on your shoulders. You're a part of this world.
Right. Thanks, you guys.
How's it look?
It should fly.
Gonna
All
mute
internal
again
systems
to
seem
blow
to
my
be
news.
operating. However, considering how long it's remained inactive, I suspect it will take some time before it's ready for takeoff.
How much time are we talking here?
Starship mechanics are not what I'd call my forte, so I'd rather not hazard a guess.
So we've just got to sit around here and wait? I'm terrible at waiting.
That's because you're a child. Oh, but how about we use this time to prepare and gather supplies for the trip?
Good idea. Who knows when we'll be back from Lenegis once we leave. We should prepare ourselves for every possible scenario before we go.
Let's try not to stay away too long. I'd hate for anything to happen to the place while we're gone.
Either we race
Okay.
ahead, or we take due precaution to ensure we have no regrets. I shall leave it up to you as to how we proceed, Alphen.
Works for
We have
me.
nothing much to do. Except fight the big Zoogles, but I'm gonna save that for like another stream where we fight all of them at the same time. Like do like a huge gigantic rush of big Zoogles. Just story plot. For the time being. Camping! I haven't been camping in a long time. It's like maybe 15 years, I guess.
It's funny, isn't it?
What is?
All this. When we first started this thing, did you ever imagine we'd be going to Lenegis? After all, this is the sort of thing I was rebelling against when I ran away from home, right?
I'm sure Zephyr would be proud if he knew what his son was doing right now.
And a little shocked, too.
We're defying the order of things that have persisted for 300 years. Deep down, I knew our journey would lead to confronting Lenegis.
Yeah, you maybe, but you're a Renin. The rest of us can barely even picture what it means to leave Dana.
No offense to Shion and Dohalim, but it's worth remembering we're heading into enemy territory.
No offense taken, and this is no picnic for me either.
Remember, our aim is to ensure that both Lenegis and the Renin homeworld leave Dana alone for good. I don't think we'll be able to avoid a fight.
Is there no way we can talk them into leaving us alone?
The people of Lenegus?
Sure. I mean, we found a way to make it work with Xion and Dohalim, right? And it's not just us. If places like Menancia can do it, then why can't we?
Because there are still many of my kind who believe it was right and natural that Rena reigns over Dana. There are those on Lenegus who have never stepped foot on Dana. I doubt whether they'd even listen to Danans.
Look, none of us want to fight. But these are the same people who fired that wedge down on Dana. What happens next is on them.
Right. We're not going to sit back and wait for them to oppress us again.
Right.
Don't forget, there's also a good chance the Red Woman is somewhere on Lenegus. And wherever she is, we should find the Renaissance too.
That's right. If we can take it back, then Xion can finally get rid of her thorns. Xion?
Huh? Yeah.
Hmm?
Where? Xion? Where'd Xion go? How could she just go off?
Oh, Xion. Oh, Xion.
Xion. Xion! It's your thorns? But why?
Thank you. Thank you.
Just now, it looked like you used your maiden powers to suppress your thorns. You can really do that?
Stay out of my way.
Xion? What are you doing?
Wait a second. Are you planning to go alone?
Shut up!
Why would you do this?
I told you to shut up!
I won't let you.
I mean it.
I refuse to let you.
I won't tell you again. Move or I'll shoot.
If that's the case, then go ahead and shoot me!
Wow. Okay. That's kind of savage, but okay.
Do you remember back when I was stabbed? By Volron?
Yeah. I thought for sure that he had killed you back there.
That wasn't the
Oh
first
yeah,
time.
the time she got stabbed, remember?
The first time was when I was only a child. After that, no matter how often, I just couldn't die.
Couldn't die? So you're immortal? How's that even...
I believe you, Xion. But tell me how How is something like that possible?
My thorns. They're me, but at the same time not. They're part of me. I have no idea why, but my thorns will never let me die. At least not before I'm meant to.
You can't die before your death?
When my thorns free themselves, it will be my death. I've seen it. A darkness that swallows up everything until nothing remains. It's a vision of oblivion I can't escape. I want to believe it's all just a bad dream. But no matter what I tell myself, I know it's not.
Yeah, but you... Wait. The whole reason you needed the Renaissance was to get rid of your thorns, right?
If I burn away what's inside, then what will happen to the rest of me? Right. Either way you look at it, I'm going to die. But if I am going to die, I figure I can at least take my thorns out with me. That's what I've been after this whole time.
That's why you turned your back on your fellow Renans and chose to fight with us, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And while we've all been fighting to keep on living, you have been with us fighting desperately to die.
That was the plan. But then I met all of you. And before I knew it, I didn't want to die anymore.
Don't lose hope yet. We'll find a way to save you. There's still time to.
It's pointless.
Why?
Because the darkness won't just consume me. The truth is, it will consume all of existence as well.
You guys didn't hear a thing.
It was only a suspicion at first. But ever since the Red Woman triggered my maiden powers, I've been more certain than ever before. It was then that I finally came to realize my powers were holding my thorns in check the entire time. But they don't anymore. Not since Lenegis, when the wedge fell. Every day, I feel the thorn's power growing stronger inside of me. Pretty soon, I won't be able to hold them back anymore. And when that happens,
They will consume all existence.
And that's why you wanted to leave by yourself. You planned to find the Renaissance on your own and sacrifice yourself to stop the thorns.
That's too much. It's way too much.
when this all began, I didn't care what happened to me or anyone else. And what happened to the Renans or the Danans didn't matter to me at all. I know I have to die, but I don't want to. Not now that I have this. I wish we had never met. Then I wouldn't have to feel this way.
Shion!
Alvin?
Living for the sake of dying is no better than being a slave. How can you endure this?
Alvin.
It's not fair. I don't care what anybody says. I won't let it happen. We can fight this. Fight until the end together. Isn't that what you said to me before?
Even if it should mean that it'll be the end of everything else too?
Shion. What do you want? It's your decision, ultimately. But if you decide not to fight fate, I will. Even if I have to do it alone.
No, you won't be alone. I'll fight as well.
Count me in as well. I want to be a force for good, not hate.
And me too. I meant it with all of my heart when I told you before. Neither of you are alone in this at all.
You guys...
And I, for one, don't believe this venture is without hope.
Huh?
Shion is the descendant of a maiden from 300 years ago. Given the circumstances, it seems very likely that those events...
Shion, because, you know, Spocky, Electro, Zap. But, yeah. In theory, we can go. Talk to the other party members?
The end of the world. It's hard to believe, isn't it?
I believe Shion is telling the truth. What about you?
As a friend, yes, I want to believe her. Everything that's happened seems to point towards some sort of great danger that's lurking ahead of us. Still, it's hard to fathom something that could usher outright doom to the world. That those really are the stakes we face.
No, I understand. Even Shion doesn't seem to know exactly what will happen to bring it all about.
We have so many pieces of the puzzle in our hands, so many clues, yet the complete picture eludes us.
So where do her thorns fit in, then?
Well, I imagine they must sit at the very center of it all. You remember the voice we all heard while we were inside the wedge, don't you?
Yeah, I remember. It was the will of Dana's astral energy come to life. Or that's what we all thought.
Right. And from that, we're able to hypothesize how vast concentrations of astral energy can become sentient. Let's return to when we found Shion in Collegian. When her thorns went wild, they contained far more astral energy than any mere Renin would normally have inside them.
So you think those thorns might be alive too? That their will is what keeps her from dying? But why would they want to destroy the entire world?
As for that, I really cannot say for certain. Its goals still remain a mystery. It may be a mere fluke that her maiden powers have been able to contain it thus far.
You know, I've noticed since we've met that you like figuring out riddles.
Can you blame me? When one realizes that the world they once thought to be true is but a mere facade, they can't help but seek the truth. Especially when that deception has led to others getting hurt.
Dohalim?
I imagine the remaining pieces of the puzzle that we seek rest somewhere within Lenegis. As for what the final picture will look like, who can say? I think it's best we not dwell on it too much for the time being.
Right.
Kizara, hello.
How you holding up?
Meh.
Who, me?
M-E-H?
Yes, you.
Meh.
You took a hit from those thorns again, didn't you?
Oh, that? That was nothing.
Compared to what Shion's going through, you mean? Still, even if you yourself might be willing to endure that kind of pain, that doesn't mean Shion wants to have to see you get hurt by her thorns, you know?
Yeah, I know. I'll be careful.
Shion doesn't know how lucky she is to have you around, you know? Dashing in to save her at the last minute.
Yeah, very funny.
I'm being serious. You went up and held her close like you still had that mask on, and you didn't even bat an eye. She really needed that. That's what I mean when I said you saved her. Just like you did with the rest of us.
I just want for Shion what we all have. The ability to touch someone without the fear of killing them. Those thorns have robbed her of the kind of everyday things we all take for granted. And it's not right.
You can say that again. It may be normal for us, but that doesn't make it any less special or important for her. I hope she gets what she wants. I have my own dreams. But a world without her, where she dies so we can all survive, isn't a world I want to live in.
Agreed. It's like more and more keeps getting taken from her, and I'm done with it.
Okay. Sup, love?
Did you know?
You mean about Shion?
Yeah, I didn't have the slightest idea. I mean, every once in a while I thought something seemed a little off, but I never could have imagined. It's like a completely different world was spinning around me and I couldn't even see it.
You and me both. I mean, I knew something was bothering her, but I could never quite figure out what it was.
You? But you're the one always looking out for her, aren't you?
That's what I thought. But in reality, I didn't understand it all. What I thought was helping and being there for her was actually just driving her into a corner.
At least you figured it out in time, though, right?
I don't think we're out of the woods yet. But yeah, you're right. We brought her back from the edge, and we're going to stop those thorns from taking her, no matter what.
Yeah, with all of us together, there's nothing we can't handle. Shion, the world, we can save everyone. And I mean it when I say we, Alvin.
You, me?
I know. No lone wolfing it.
Hey, you're the expert on what my dad would say. Do you think he'd pat me on the back or tell me off?
Yeah.
Zephyr, I don't think that he'd have that much to say, to be honest. You're your own man now, Law. And you've already made up your own mind about what you want.
I guess he couldn't say anything even if he wanted to.
Law.
Sorry. I guess those of us amongst the living have enough problems to deal with, don't we?
Relatable.
We'll need all our strength to save Shion. I'll probably end up worrying again at some point, but I guess I'll think it over more then. That okay?
Sure.
Yeah, I think it is.
Alright, who else do I need to talk to? Rinoa and Shion? Yeah?
Can't sleep?
After everything we just heard, how could I?
Fair enough.
Shion's had to deal with so much on her own. Even when we were all laughing and celebrating, she just kept quiet and didn't say anything. I thought she was keeping her distance because of her thorns. That it was because she didn't want to hurt anybody by getting too close. I just figured that that was the type of person she was, you know? But it turned out to be none of that. All this time, she felt like she had to die and sacrifice herself for the greater good. But even then, she didn't think she could say anything to us about it.
The boba shop is open.
I know.
I'm craving boba.
She was so alone this entire time. How could I call her a friend and yet be so completely blind to everything she was going through?
I'm sure it made her happy, knowing you were there for her.
You really think so?
Yeah, I do. If she didn't think of us as friends,
I'm craving
I
some
don't think she could have
boba.
ever opened up to us like that. You were a good friend to her before, and you'll be an even better one now.
Too bad it's
Yeah,
no.
I really hope so. I want to be the best I can for her.
I want
When you think about
boba.
it, we were all alone in our own way. But over time, we've all found ways to let each other into our lives. I hope Shion's able to do that one day too. No, I mean, I hope she's able to do that more. Lots and lots more. I think it'd be really nice if we could all just be there to support each other when it really counts. And forget about our grudges and pain.
Rinwell.
It's too cold for ice cream. I should get one of those like boba DIY at home kits.
Hey, you doing all right?
I seem to cause nothing but worry.
Ooh, One shop's open.
As much as I try to look like I have things under control, everyone still worries about me.
Ooh,
You're not the only one.
Gongcha's open. Gongcha.
Hey, do you remember the first time you said I was your friend?
Gongcha.
No. When was that? Sorry, I can't remember.
That's okay. It came so naturally to you, I'm not surprised you forgot.
You're here to cry?
I was
Why are
different
you
back
gonna
then.
cry?
The Danans were
You need a
not eager to
hug?
keep it to me, and I knew I would always be alone. But in that
Everybody
room
hug
at Bloodheim,
Niwa,
when you called me your
please.
friend,
Send you
it
Niwa.
just
Oh no!
shattered the wall that I
Oh
built up around me.
no!
Because until that moment,
In the middle of a stream
I'd only
too.
seen you as a means to an end. I thought of you as a way to use the blazing sword and to obtain the Renis Alma.
Everybody hug Niwa.
But after that day, one time became two. And before I knew it, you'd made a habit of calling me and Dohalim your friends. It didn't matter that we were Renans. You cared about us as you would any other people. Then, everyone else started to call me their friend too. To think of me as their friend. Before then, I never even dreamed I could have that. I didn't want to die and lose you all. But I also didn't want to live if it meant you would all die in my place.
Shion.
But then, I realized I'd only really been thinking of myself that entire time. After saying how I felt, and hearing what you all had to say, I finally understood that. Don't worry, it's okay. I'm not planning on dying anymore. I've met too many people along the way who I truly care about to give in now. So I'll fight. For Dana and for myself. I'll fight against my fate to preserve our future. And I'll win, come hell or high water. I don't know how we're going to do it, but I won't let the world end because of me.
It's going to be a long, hard road ahead, Shion. Our fight
Should
won't
I
be
order
over until
boba?
everyone,
Because
both
there's
Danans
one
and
shop that's
Renans,
open,
can
and
finally
I have a
live in
peach
peace.
green tea right in the cart right now.
But I swear I'll be there with
I'm
you.
tempted
until
to
the
order a
very
boba. I'm craving boba.
Thank you.
Remember what we learned back
Boba
in
or
Calagria?
no boba?
There's no wall so high that we can't break it down.
Yeah. I think you may be right about that.
I'm not even paying attention to those two conversations because I'm not a third wheel today. Boba or no boba?
Everyone well rested? Then let's go.
Let me have a thinky. Oh,
We depart for Lenegis.
actually, let's, Nah. Let's go to Lennigus. I don't really feel like. Get on the ship. Get on the ship. There we go.
Well, it's the moment of truth.
This lady better hold together once we're up in the air.
Law, don't say that. You're going to jinx us.
Speaking of which, Alphen, this bucket of bolts got a name?
A name? You know, I'm not sure she ever had one. I never really thought about it.
Well, after all the trouble we went through to find her, we should give her one, right? I was thinking something like...
Fall Knights.
Huh?
It means owl in the ancient tongue.
Ooh, Fall
Literally,
Knights.
the one drawn to the skies.
Ooh, I like the ring to that.
Sounds perfect for our little escapade.
Not sure I'm completely convinced, but... Well, it's as good a name as any. From now on, she'll be known as the Fall Knights.
Okay, people. We have two goals. First,
That's
we
the
need to get
nice
to
ring
Lennigus
to
and
it.
make the Renans finally leave Dana alone. And then, we need to figure out the truth behind Shion's thorns and find a way to save her. Sound good? All right. Then let's go.
There she goes, everybody.
You know, I can still hardly believe it.
Believe what?
I mean, just look at it. The whole of existence, crammed inside a tiny frame.
Now that you mention it, I guess you're right. It does look more like a painting than a living, breathing world.
From up here, all the struggles we've been through feel so insignificant.
Nothing like realizing how small you are to put everything into perspective. Kinda makes the differences between the Renans and the Danans feel pretty small too, huh?
How much longer until we reach Lennigus?
There are better ways to use your time than napping. We should take a moment to familiarize ourselves with the facilities on board before arrival.
Good idea. The starship may end up serving as our base of operations once we're down there.
Ow.
Think you'll be all right with the controls?
You mean the one set to automatic pilot? I dare say I'll manage. I'm basically just here to supervise.
In that case, she's all yours.
Everything okay, Shion? You seem a little different.
Different? Like in a bad way different?
No, not at all. You seem more driven lately, like you found a zest for life. It suits you.
We'll be going to Lennigus soon.
This must feel like a homecoming of sorts to you, huh? What was life on Lennigus like back then? You know, before you came to Dana.
Let's just say, I don't have many happy memories. I've had thorns my whole life. For a number. They called it treatment. But in truth, they were just using me as a guinea pig for their research.
You mean, they experimented on you?
Oh no.
That's right. All I was to them was a riddle to solve. They poked and prodded me, trying to figure out what triggered my thorns or changed the form they took. Day in and day out, every single day, one test after another. I'm still surprised they didn't try to dissect me. The look they gave me whenever one of them touched my skin. How could I forget it? Reeling from the pain, like I was a monster or something. Some existence, huh? A blight on any I touched. Helplessly complicit in their pain. I thought things couldn't get any worse. But then they did. I started to have nightmares, visions of the coming apocalypse. Is it any wonder I lacked a cheery disposition? Unable to so much as touch another soul. Loneliness was my best friend. Sure, I survived, but with the knowledge that one day I'd be swallowed up by oblivion. That's when it hit me.
That's dark as.
If I was going to die, then it should mean something. If I have to sacrifice myself to save the world, so be it.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you relive that.
No, it's fine. I'm in a much better place now.
You say it's your destiny to die so that others can live. But why not the other way around? Why shouldn't we be the ones dying to save you?
Are you crazy? Why would you sacrifice your life for...
That's exactly my point. Why should you have to give up your life just because you drew the short straw in the destiny stakes? How is that even right?
He has a point.
It's that logic that's used to justify slavery, as if some of us were just meant to be sacrificed. This struggle was never about saving only ourselves. But that doesn't mean we have to give up our own lives to save everyone else's either. If we're doing this to
Ooh,
protect
you
people,
guys didn't hear a thing.
if we're doing this to save the world from destruction, then that has to include saving each other as well.
A world free of sacrifice. That's what you've been fighting for all along, isn't it?
Not just me. We're in this together, remember? This fight is yours too, Shion. If we're going to win, everyone has to win. There can be no room for losers in this fight. Now I see it. The true nature of our struggle.
A victory without losers. But that means that a Danon victory over Rena can't be the end. Do you think we can pull it off?
You bet we can pull it off. We have to. It's the only hope we have of things ever changing.
Yeah, you're right. No one's ever changed the future without aiming for the stars. We can do this. Together.
Is something wrong?
No. I was merely thinking how it had been 7 years, that's all.
You mean since you became a lord and left Lenegis? I guess even someone like you can get homesick, huh?
I am as prone to sentimentality as any other. Tell me, though. You too have a history with Lenegis. A traumatic one, no less. This trip will probably mean facing up to some difficult emotions. Doesn't that frighten you?
Well, it is a place where I took the lives of countless people. I'd be lying if I said I hadn't thought about it. But I can't keep running forever. The past is what it is. There's no changing that. But the future's what we make it.
I see.
Dohalim?
Forgive me. I was wrong to pry. We have more pressing matters to address. Come back and speak to me when you finish looking around the ship.
Hey, Alvin, listen to this! So Law and I were just talking and...
Hey, shut up!
What's got Law all flustered?
Only that he's afraid of flying, the big baby. And after all that fuss he made about naming the ship, too.
Hey, I never said I was scared. I just think it's, you know, a little unsettling how we're going to be cruising through space in a glorified tin can. That's all.
Glorified tin
It's a
can.
starship, dummy. That's what it's supposed to do. I don't think there's anything strange about it.
Well, maybe you're the one with the problem then.
Guys. I'm no expert, but I think we can trust Renan technology. It got me to Dana in one piece, remember?
Oh, that's a good point. If you think so, Alphen, it must be okay. Don't you agree, Law?
Hard to argue with that, seeing how you hitched a ride in one of these things before, Alphen. It's just wrong, okay?
Okay, I think it's just Kisa. She's back there.
You okay? Feeling airsick?
Actually, now that you mention it, not at all. These starships are a remarkably smooth ride, all things considered. Nothing like being at sea, thank goodness.
Glad to hear it. That device there caught your eye, huh?
I was just wondering what it is. It looks big enough to fit a person inside of it.
It's a healing pod. It fixes injuries and illnesses.
Oh, you don't say. That should definitely come in handy if any of us get injured while we're down there. Alphen? Was it something I said?
No, I was just thinking back to when I escaped Lenegis, that's all. What with the ceremony and losing control, I was a total mess. Naori laid me inside here.
So, you're saying you got in this thing straight after escaping? But that mean you were inside for 300 years?
Yes, it sounds crazy, I know. But don't even ask me why I stayed asleep all that time.
That's definitely quite some lie-in, all right. But still, whether you meant to or not, I sure am glad that it's this century that you finally woke up in.
What do you mean?
With the amount of fighting we've done, we would have never made it this far without you. And not only that, but... Alphen, can you recall back to what it is that I said to you? Back when we left Menancia? About the dream of coexistence, and needing to learn what it entailed?
Of course. That's why you came with us, right? To learn what you couldn't at home.
Even in that time, I was well aware that what I was living was a lie. But at the same time, I also felt really compelled to fulfill my brother's wishes. I'll always remember him fondly. But the coexistence we're fighting for isn't for him. It's for people now, and those still to come. The world's bigger than just Menancia. My dream is for all Danans, wherever they might be, to be free. If I've learned anything on this journey, it's that. And the one who brought me along was you, Alphen. I'll forever be grateful to you.
Well, we're not out of this forest just yet. You should probably save your thanks. At least, until we've dealt with the Red Woman.
I know. But whatever we find when we get down there, I'm through looking the other way.
Kisara.
Probably getting a little ahead of myself, huh? Let's take things one step at a time.
Yep. Alright, let's see his progress. How far are we from destination? Ooh, I kind of love it. Look, it's oh so shiny, rainbow, and sparkly.
Is everyone about ready? We'll soon be making preparations to land.
Before we do that, just what exactly should we expect when we get down there?
Kisara has a point. now that I think of it, I don't know the first thing about Lenegis.
I'd like to hear more too. It's been centuries since I was last there, and they didn't exactly give me the grand tour.
Very well. First and foremost, Lenegis was the base of operations in charge of the crown contest on Dana. Of course, it also happens to be a city in its own right, complete with its own independent society. Its social structure is based on a strict hierarchy. Put simply, the strength of an individual's astral arts carries great weight.
Enough to determine someone's social rank, you mean? But astral arts are innate, right? So people's positions are fixed at birth.
They can be honed with the right training, and there are admittedly other factors at play. But yes, that's basically the gist. As a result, family lines that churn out lords and their contenders wield disproportionate influence, and those lineages are treated as nobility.
Those capable of only weak astral arts are effectively an underclass, denied the right to descend to Dana even if they wanted to. Still, even the lowest rung on the Renin ladder is considered superior to being a Danan. Keep that in mind down there.
Thanks for the warning. As a lord, Dohalim must have been pretty high up in the pecking order, right? What about you, Shion?
Come on, you've seen her skill with astral arts. You really need to ask?
I know, right?
Fair point.
On arts alone, you're right. I'd have been sitting pretty. But you're forgetting my thorns. They weren't exactly an invitation to high society.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's refreshing to be around someone who says what they're thinking.
Yeah.
Life's less complicated that way.
Jeez.
Law
You
doesn't beat around the
backhanded
bush.
compliments much?
Wait a second. Are you? He is! Law's blushing!
He's not blushing.
I am not.
Of course, separating people into castes based on something arbitrary like arts is discrimination at its worst. As if such simplistic criteria could ever be a measure of someone's worth.
So this red woman, are we expecting to find her on Lenegis?
I would wager so. Lenegis is too deeply involved in all this to discard the possibility. Chances are she's also connected to the Renis Alma being stolen from us in Pelagian.
If the Renis Alma is being used to exploit Dana, we need to take it back at all costs.
That red woman's got a lot to answer for. Just as well I've got a ton of questions.
Boop, 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 boop,
We're
boop.
about to land.
Boop.
The descent could be a little
Boop,
bumpy, so brace yourselves.
If there are clues about your thorns out there, Shion, we'll find them.
Boopity boop boop boop. Beep boop. Beep beep boop. Ooh, wow. This is all so nice. I think we are going to have some fun.
There's no one here. I wasn't expecting to welcome that, but still.
Lenegis's infrastructure is largely automated. Besides, people won't be expecting incoming traffic while the crown contest is still underway.
Do you think anyone realizes that we're here?
We may not have received a royal welcome, but I doubt our entrance went unnoticed. Don't let your guard down.
I really hope we don't have to fight anybody while we're here.
I hope not either. I don't have a lot of items.
So now what? We've come all this way on a hunch that this red woman is here, right? And if we're lucky,
I
the
don't
red
know
is
why I'm
Alma
so
too.
sleepy. I had a lot
Any
of naps,
idea where we should
like I
start
said.
looking?
There is an area of the city that is accessible only to the sovereigns, known as the Forbidden Zone. That seems as good a
The
place as any for
Forbidden
us to start.
Zone? Wow. How forbidden.
What are
But
they
that's
hiding?
I don't know, hence my desire to find out. Fortunately, we just so happen to have a sovereign in our midst. In any case, Changing the shape of a huge structure such as Lenegus would have required an immense source of power.
And you think that source might have been the Renis Alma?
Precisely. Alphen said that he remembered the Renis Alma being used in the spirit channeling ceremony 3 centuries ago. Whatever the ceremony's purpose, if preparations are underway for it to be held once more, then the Renis Alma might be in the same place as last time, possibly together with the Red Woman. Hiding something of that worth in the residential quarters would only court trouble. In which case...
It stands to reason we should be looking somewhere normally out of bounds. Is that it?
Indeed.
But it's been over 300 years since I was made a sovereign. You can't seriously think I'll be able to waltz right into the place after all this time.
There's only one way to find out. If there's even a chance you can get us in, I say we give it a shot.
Oh no, I'm not gonna sing that, no.
Shion's right. Who knows?
That's a little cringe.
We might even find a clue to her thorns while we're at it.
All right. It's not like we're swimming in leads, so let's try to track down the Forbidden Zone. Beyond that wall lies a city full of Renans. A capital city where Shion and Dohalim used to live, no less. Who knows what we'll find on the other side.
Thinking about what could be lurking out here is giving me the heebie-jeebies.
The heavy?
For such a loudmouth, you sure can be a worrywart at times.
Oh, I'm sorry. How stupid of me for wanting us to stay safe.
Would you two children stop squabbling?
Kids,
or do you
kids,
want everyone to know we're here?
So how many Renans actually live in this place?
Kids.
I couldn't tell you exactly, though not as many as you might expect. Machines and Zeugles take care of most of the city's basic functions.
There's Zeugles
I
out
think
here
I might
too,
raise Senna later.
Sounds like we can't afford to let our guard down after all.
They're doing a debut stream. But I can keep going for like another hour. I'm still good. I dropped my stuff. Again.
What in the world?
This being Renan territory, I was prepared for a lot of things to look different. But this is a bit more than I anticipated.
The very foundations of the city have shifted. What could have caused this?
When Lenegus changed shape, it must have had an effect on the interior too.
Maybe when they sent the wedge down to Dana?
But they wouldn't move around the places where people live. These are their homes, right?
I would think the citizens themselves didn't have much say in the matter.
Yeah, that's
Either
why.
way, locating the Forbidden Zone just became that much trickier.
Dohalim? Is that you?
Avakir, I'm glad to see you're well.
Niwa, you still there?
So it is you! But why are you here? Shouldn't you be down on Dana participating in the crown contest? And these people!
So you haven't heard what happened on Dana, then?
Heard what?
Someone you know?
An old friend.
Hey, Dohalim, don't tell me you've started keeping company with...
They're with me. More importantly, what's happened here?
I'm really not sure. The city's foundations began to shift without warning, and now everything looks like this. We're all waiting for the Sovereign to tell us what's happening, but so far...
Avakir, listen to me. We're looking for the Forbidden Zone. Do you have any idea where we might find it?
The Forbidden Zone? What business could you possibly have there?
Trust me. The less you know, the better.
You're just the same as ever. I wish I could help, but what with the changed topography, I can barely locate my own home. Let alone the Forbidden Zone.
Very well. It looks like we'll have to find the way there ourselves.
Have you seen Faria yet?
No.
I see. Well, nothing much has changed with her. If anything, she's probably even more...
I can well imagine.
Why did you come back? You know it can only result in pain for you both.
I've no doubt of that.
Oh no.
You really are the same as ever. Fine, I understand. Just don't say I didn't warn you.
Oh no.
Take care of yourself. Okay, Doe?
Do, re, mi, fa, si, la, do, re, fa, the sun, mi, I got myself a long way to run.
So who's Faria?
If what Avakir said is true, it would seem the people of Lenegis are being kept in the dark about what's happening down on Dana.
Okay.
They seem to be just as clueless about what's going on up here in their own world. Despite the fact that it's actually here that the wedge originally came from.
We need more information. Let's talk to the citizens, see what we can find out.
While we're at it, we can ask them about the Red Woman, too.
And don't forget about finding the way to the Forbidden Zone either.
Let's leave the talking to Shion.
Sudden
We
karaoke
can't have
session.
a bunch of Ganons poking their noses around.
Good idea. I think that's for the best.
I shall assist.
Oh, probably just be an
You
acapella session, but
Being a lord
yeah.
on Lenegis has its advantages.
Right. Then we'll leave it to you two. The Danans among us should probably keep our heads down.
What if people freak out?
I shall explain it away by saying I'm leading you.
What are we, dogs?
What are them? They're dogs.
What could be so important? It's worth destroying people's livelihoods and homes in the process. It's just unbelievable. Uprooting an entire city as if it were mere building blocks. Someone's got an awful lot of questions to answer.
From how it looks, they must be siphoning off astral energy from Dana and then sending it to Rena.
But why do all this? What for? Surely they can't be using all that energy for the crown contest.
Whatever their purpose, disrupting their siphoning process alone won't be sufficient. Not while we still don't know what their endgame is.
He's right. We need to stop this from happening ever again.
This Forbidden Zone might be where we find some answers, right? So what are we waiting for? Let's get moving!
You heard him. We don't have time to stop and chat. Let's move.
So, I've been wondering, do you think when Lenegis was built, it was even made with people living here in mind?
What do you mean?
Well, none of this happened by coincidence, right? They must have designed it to transform like this. But then, if they knew people were going to live here, you'd think they would have taken that into consideration, to avoid all this chaos.
Ordinarily, yes. You'd think so. Trust me, as far as we were concerned, Lenegis was our home, nothing more. No one knew about all this. It makes you wonder whether the city was just built on as an afterthought. But if so, to what exactly?
Sorry. That probably sounded weird, huh?
Not at all.
But
Sometimes it takes an outsider's eye to help you notice what you've been missing all along.
no.
This place is a mystery, that's for sure. Something tells me we'll find answers where we're going.
Y'all heard nothing.
Yeah, you're right, Shion. I'm sure we will.
Thank you for the bless you. Ah.
Oh, dear me. What an unspeakable mess this has all become. Just look at the state of our city.
I had a
Even the
little
Supers
bit
have
of
stopped
soju
heeding our commands.
after dinner. So,
Whatever did we do to
yeah.
deserve this?
You really
Just
have no
a
clue what might have
little
caused
bit of
this?
soju.
Would that I have. Alas, there was no warning, no prior decree.
A
His
tiny
Highness must
little
have deemed it
sip-sip.
unnecessary for us to know. We have no
To
choice
give me
but
some
to
gas.
grin and bear it.
That
But do my eyes deceive
Oh,
me?
have a
Could
good
I
nap
really
nap.
be standing in the presence
Thank
of
you,
his
Niwa.
lordship, Dohalim of the House Ilkaris?
Rest well,
I
rest
believe he was
well.
on Dana.
Your eyes do not deceive you. It is I, one and the same. I have returned to fulfill a special duty, the details of which I cannot divulge.
As your lordship wishes. First, Lenegus mutates beyond recognition. Now, this unexpected visit. The Sovereign's plans are inscrutable indeed. The Ilkaris house has produced a great many lords over the centuries. I shall be praying for your victory in the latest crown contest.
Your good wishes do me an honor.
How? Okay, so we need to talk to 2 more people.
Your lordship. Oh, what a great honor it is to finally meet you. I descended to Dana during the last crown contest also. Alas, when the contender I was backing failed to clinch the title, I returned. I witnessed the deaths of so many slaves.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt, but we're looking for a woman dressed all in red. Have you seen anyone of that description?
All red, eh? No, I can't say I remember anyone like that. I imagine she'd stand out somewhat, too.
Yeah. What about down on Dana during the crown contest? You didn't see anyone like that hanging around the lord you were serving?
What's with all these questions? I've never seen her, okay? Not recently or otherwise. Why do you want to find her anyway?
Never mind. Forget I asked. Sorry to take up your time.
Wow, rude much? All you gotta do is say, I'm sorry, I don't know how to answer any of your questions. Wow, that guy was definitely rude. Rude much? Ooh, parfait! Yum! I can use the parfait right about now.
Everything will be okay now.
I know the basics of healing arts, but my skills pale in comparison.
I'm craving a parfait. I'm craving a lot of things.
Is everything okay? You look a little lost.
Oh, yes. I can't seem to find my way home is all. I was just about to make my umpteenth attempt at a new route.
I was hoping to head this way myself. The situation is a real pain, huh?
I suppose the Sovereign knows best. I daren't stay here too long, though. A lower caste can only linger around these parts for so long before I outstay my welcome. I was hoping to avoid it, but maybe I'll have to go that way after all.
You mean you know another way round?
Lord Dohalim Ilkaris! But how? Last I heard, you were in Dana competing in the crown contest.
Yes, strange, isn't it? If you know another route, we'd be grateful if you could tell us.
But of course. Please forgive me. There's a wall that sprung up ahead of here, with what looks to be an entrance in it. I thought maybe it was a passageway between the different quarters, but I've no way of knowing for sure.
It's worth investigating, at least. I shall go and assess the situation. In the meantime, wait for me here. If it looks safe, I'll come and let you know.
You'd really do that for me? A lord troubling himself for someone of my lowly status?
Our lot in life is of little consequence. We are both Renan, first and foremost.
Oh, why yes, my lord. Thank you.
Well, we've canvassed the city for information. What do you think?
No one has the faintest idea what's happened to the city after all. They haven't heard the news about the crown contest either.
You'd think that info would easily find its way up here.
Okay.
Has it always been like that?
Not to this extent. Which would indicate that something's suppressing the truth. That Lenegis is under some kind of control.
You do you,
Given everything
Nova,
that's
you
happened
do
to their
you.
city, the people here seem weirdly okay with it all.
Yeah, that one guy even said his Zoogle had
I
stopped
kind of want to
listening to
order
him.
some chicken
If
wings.
that's true, these people are in big trouble.
Everything that happens
Like
here is
some
attributed to
fried
the Sovereign's
chicken.
will. It's the way people have been conditioned. Their belief runs deep.
But we
Nothing
have
happens
bangers
devoid of a
and mash
reason.
here,
To them,
so
it's all part of the Sovereign's grand plan.
I think I
Sovereign's
might
plan.
eat more of that later.
There is one thing I'm still not sure about. Just who is this person ruling over Lenegis?
The Sovereign, of course. He rules from Rena while presiding over both Rena and
Fish and
Lenegis.
chips, yum.
Without
I don't know, I
lords
kinda
or
like,
anyone in the middle doing his dirty
Since
work,
I'm kind of sick
isn't Rena at
currently,
least
I
the
kind of
same
like
size
things
as
all
Dana?
fatty and oily and
That's a
crispy and
pretty big
crunchy
dominion
and
for one person to
yeah.
rule over. I would have thought ruling Lenegis alone would be difficult enough.
The points you make are valid, though I confess I'd never given it much thought before. Here, the Sovereign's total authority is as natural as night turning to day.
And
Come
since
to
there's
think
no
of it,
cons
I know nothing of the nature
coming
of
up,
how Rena itself
I
is.
can eat like crazy
Shion,
again
have you ever
instead of
been-
going on a diet.
No, forgive me. Have you met or crossed paths with, or even heard of someone who's actually made a visit to the homeland?
Unless
No,
Crunchyroll
I
announces some
haven't.
guests that I want to see, then
Neither have
well,
I.
yeah, I probably have to start my diet
which
all over
case,
again. But like,
I would
yeah.
imagine that... But no, surely not. Can it really be that no citizen of Lenegis has ever been there?
Hold up, what are you getting at, Dohalim?
Assuming what I believe to be correct, it's possible that no one on Lenegis has ever laid eyes on the actual Renan homeworld itself. No one but the Sovereign, that is.
But what about trade and communication? There's got to be a flow back and forth, surely.
Not if the Sovereign is imposing his will on Lenegis single-handedly. It could be a one-way street.
But I thought you said that the Sovereign's all the way over on Rena. If that's the case, can he really rule directly over Lenegis from so far away? What if something were to happen to the city, like now?
I'm beginning to wonder what the nature of this sovereign even is. Alphen said he was forced into the role, right? Just before the ceremony. But sovereign is also the title given to the almighty Renan ruler. So which one is it?
Whoever wins the crown contest inherits the throne from his or her predecessor, before becoming ruler over all of Rena and Lenegis. Thereafter, that individual is known as the Sovereign. Though, it would appear that the current ruler has gone silent. As for how Volron factors into all this, at this point, I no longer know what to believe.
3 centuries ago, I became the Sovereign here on Lenegis. No, not just became, I was forced to. Me, a Danon. 300 years later, we cross paths with Volron, who also bears the Sovereign's crest. That's not the only thing we have in common. We both became Sovereign without winning the crown contest.
Do you think Volron was made sovereign for the same reason? Because of that ceremony?
I can't say for sure, but it certainly sounds like it.
But that would mean that two sovereigns would need to exist at any one time. One whose job it is to rule, and the other for ceremonial purposes. We never did see Volron's body back in Ganeth Heros. Is a new ceremony underway with Volron at its center this time? Could that be what's causing all this strange activity here?
Wait a second. You don't think Volron and the Red Woman are working together, do you? The ceremony can't go forward without the Renis Alma. The same one that the Red Woman stole.
There's something else the ceremony needs. A maiden. And unless there's another one out there aside from me.
Questions, questions, and yet more questions.
More questions?
Ones that it seems will remain unanswered until we can establish the Sovereign's identity.
If the Forbidden Zone really is off limits to everyone but the Sovereign, that seems as good a place as any to start. For the sake of liberating Dana, too.
Then it's decided. That's where we need to go.
One of the citizens mentioned a passage that she thought might lead to another section of the city. It could point us in the right direction. Let's go find it. I didn't realize Renans oppressed their own kind, too.
And yet, weirdly, none of them seem to mind. Am I the only one who finds that strange?
Yes.
It is the way things have always been, so no one thinks to question it. You have experience in that regard yourself, do you not?
Unquestioning acceptance of your own servitude. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Even so, the quality of life here seems much higher than any Danon city we visited. I used to think it was impossible to build an ideal society without wealth. But I suppose having it doesn't always mean people are treated fairly either.
More to the point, not a single citizen seems to have even heard of the Red Woman.
What if she's not here? What if it turns out we're looking in the wrong place entirely?
It's still too early to say anything for sure.
For all we know, she might be able to blend in, move around unnoticed. I say we hold off judgment until we've exhausted every avenue.
The art of conversation.
Tell me, Dohalim, has that skill of yours got a name?
And what skill would this be, pray tell?
You know, when you're talking to people around town. The way they suddenly become putty in your hands.
I'm afraid I don't quite follow.
I do. It's called friendly intimidation. Look imposing and speak in a deep, booming voice, and presto, you'll have people wrapped around your finger in no time.
I would never stoop to such scandalous tricks. Any feelings of intimidation are solely in the eye of the beholder.
So there is a knack to it. How do you learn it? Can anyone do it?
Now you've got me curious.
Oh my
Is there
goodness.
special training to master?
My goodness
Let's see.
gracious.
An obsession with being elegant is a must. Oh, and it helps to be old-fashioned, too. Bonus points if you speak in a way no one can understand.
If you've a bone to pick with me, it'd be quicker to just come out and say it.
What? They look up to you, that's all. I'm just helping them along.
Hey! What's got into Alvin and Law all of a sudden?
I can barely understand a word they're saying. And what's with the weird poses?
You're saving
Is
it
it
for
something they
some?
ate?
Oh, my redeems.
I hope you're willing to take the blame for this one.
I wasn't expecting them to take me so seriously. I'll go and have a word with them.
Sorry, I just keep an eye on Shion. Alrighty.
With nobody left to run the show, I wonder what the people here are supposed to do. I mean, there's sovereigns up on the Renin homeworld, and all their lords were sent to Dana.
But Dohalim was a lord, right?
Only current acting lords have power. Renin society is quite strict about such matters.
Even if the other lords were still around, I doubt they'd be able to do much about the situation.
I wonder what they'd think if they were here to see Lenegis now. Balsif, Cannabelt, Almadria, and Volron.
Probably wouldn't care, and wouldn't care. Yeah.
Now that I think of it, aside from Dohalim, we know next to nothing about the other lords.
Well, yeah, why would we? To us Danans, they were just enemies we needed to overthrow. Nothing more.
I know. But seeing Renans in their own city, going about their day-to-day lives, it gets you thinking.
It feels strange to imagine the lords living here too, you mean?
Yeah, a little.
If you're that curious about them, why not try inquiring with some of the locals? Every lord in their household has their share of supporters here on Lenegis. And luckily for us, the people here are unaware of the events on Dana, which means they should be more inclined to talk to us.
Lord Balthus?
Yes!
Yes?
Yes!
Balsef had it in him to care about someone other than himself? Really?
It's possible. A change in position can do much to alter one's perspective.
So even he might have had something he wanted to protect.
Aww. We met a fan. There exists the most handsome man, a man who radiates beauty, whose every word is every syllable is a divine poetry. Well, that's deep. He hails from the... Oh, wow. Music is his passion. The odds of great loss. Oh, wow. Hi, Shiwu. No. Yes, you poured your whole heart into it. It was kind of creepy. Maybe a little. I don't think I can handle that much fan gathers. Guys, don't write any poetry. Don't throw any poetry at me, cause I don't think I'll be able to respond to that. Please and thank you. I'll probably be like,
I guess she intended to spread it throughout all of Lenegis then.
Good thing the lines were down so she couldn't.
It almost sounded like she was praising them too.
Maybe there was more to the guy than at first glance.
I shall refrain from commenting.
What?
Ganabelt?
Ganabelt was so horrible to people. Yet he was invested in helping Rena succeed. Doesn't that seem just a little inconsistent?
Yeah, it's a bit inconsistent.
I'm perhaps biased in this matter, I admit. However, in my mind, while all lords vie to become the next sovereign, they're also meant to serve as guardians of all of Rena.
It seems like Ganabelt also had people he cared about until the very end.
So why couldn't he extend that to us Danans?
Shrugs. I think that's all we can chat to.
This area doesn't look as badly damaged as that other district we went through.
Indeed. The effects of Lenegis' transformation appear to be less pronounced here. Or, viewed another way, this area was simply luckier.
Mm-hmm.
Pardon me.
Oh, Madria? Hmm. Achoo! Ugh. Mm. Oh, wow.
I guess her willingness to stoop to any low came from a survival of the fittest worldview.
And some people here not only shared her belief, but championed it as morally right, too.
That doesn't make it true. Too bad they couldn't see through her.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Okay.
To Waterlord.
Ah!
It seems like the people on Lenegis don't really know much about Volron either.
I remember being quite surprised when the Lord of Ganeth Harros changed so abruptly.
Didn't you have any doubts that something suspicious was going on?
On the contrary. Remember, we Renans are raised to accept everything at face value.
When you think about it, the families of Renan lords must see them differently than the rest of us.
Yeah, despite the brutality they're known for.
They must have had a lot on their shoulders, carrying all the weight and responsibilities of Renan society.
Renans live in a world where strength and power determine their position in the social hierarchy, so they tend to grow up fiercely competitive. But their loyalty to their people is also strong. It's what brings them together against outside forces, and nothing exemplifies that more than the Lords.
That's what makes them the guardians of all of Rena, so to speak.
Right. It's the same reason Balsif hated my guts, and Ganabelt went after you. Because we're threats to Rena.
Guess that makes you an even bigger oddball than we thought.
Odd.
So, Alphen, have you gained anything from all of this?
Yeah. I think it's made me realize that the Lords were all people, too. Balsif and the others, they all had their own circumstances to deal with as they went through life.
Yeah, but still, just because they had loved ones in their lives doesn't mean...
I know. What they did was horrible. I'm not trying to dispute that. But at the same time, they weren't incomprehensible monsters either. They were individuals, just like the rest of us. So I guess what I'm trying to say is...
You're saying that they weren't bad because they were Renans, or because they were terrible monsters. Even if they did terrible things, they were still just people.
Rinwell.
Am I wrong?
Not at all.
Being a Danon doesn't make you a good person. And being a Renan doesn't make you a bad one. I think that's something we've all seen.
Shion and Dohalim definitely make a good case for it.
And I'm going to keep doing my best to make sure I earn that trust. As a fellow human being above all else.
There's something I just don't get.
What is it?
The crown contest itself has always gone ahead as planned, right? In which case, the current sovereign of Rena should be whoever it was that won the previous contest.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, who was it then?
Hanfricht Milgras, the former lord of Cislodia, if memory serves.
So then this Hanfricht whatchamacallem, he's the current ruler of Rena?
The last I heard, yes. Though, admittedly, I haven't actually seen him since the end of the previous contest.
You're saying that ever since becoming sovereign, he's never actually shown himself on Lenegus?
I guess over holocom maybe, but not in the flesh. Same thing goes for the sovereign that came before him.
Now that you mention it, I don't recall anyone ever visiting Lenegus from the motherland, sovereign or otherwise.
And that never struck you as a little bit odd?
When you live here, it's as if you're conditioned not to notice all these strange quirks and discrepancies. The question is then, by whom? And to what end?
A new Renis Alma is supposedly created to coincide with every crown contest, meaning each victor is awarded their very own. In other words, if that's true, there should be as many of the things out there as there have been contests.
True, but going on what we witnessed in Pelagian, it didn't look like the sort of thing that could be made to order. But if even the victor's speeches have been part of some grand deception, then where are they? Quite frankly, I'm not even sure what to believe anymore.
You and me both. Though we are Renin by blood, neither of us even knew that such a thing as a Dark Master Core existed, remember?
With any luck, the Forbidden Zone might give us some answers.
No use standing around here chatting about it then. Let's get a move on.
Doe?
Faria.
Varia? Isn't that the person that Avakir guy was...
But why are you here? Wait, don't tell me you've given up on the crown contest and come crawling back home from Dana already. Nothing to say? Even though you were willing to kill Tarnigan to secure your position as Lord, you still... kill?
I'm here to take care of something. If you wish to continue this conversation, I only ask that you wait until I'm finished.
Oh, of course. You always did prefer to take the coward's way out. Even after 7 years and living on that Danon rock, you haven't changed one bit. But let me tell you, I haven't changed either. Not a day's gone by the past 7 years that I haven't hated you.
If killing me will bring you peace, then so be it.
Dohalim, what the hell are you saying?
First, I have business to take care of. If it's vengeance you seek, I will grant you it. But you must wait.
Wow.
My sins are legion. Let me finish what I came to do. Then you have my word. I will let you do whatever brings you peace.
Sure, that's it. Run away like always. You don't even have the courage to die. No wonder you leave it to someone else. You're just a coward!
Oh. Wow. Creepy. Hello?
Dohalim.
I apologize that you had to witness that.
Yeah, me too.
Is it true? What she said about you killing someone?
Each of us have our pasts. I am no exception.
Before, back in Menancia, you mentioned having taken a friend's life over the throne. Is that what she meant?
The mistakes I made there were not my first, and may not be my last. I will say no more.
Did you mean what you said? About letting her take your life if she wanted to?
She has more right to my life than anyone.
But you can't just...
Whatever happens, I have sworn to put an end to the crown contest, and to ensure continued coexistence in Menancia. I have no intention of expiring before I do so. There are far too many questions I still seek answers to. Besides, you have just as much reason to kill me as she does.
Yep.
Dohalim!
Forgive me. Some things are best left unsaid.
Sorry, I'm having an orange. Oh, gotta increase my vitamin C. Ooh, I can kind of restock.
I wonder what we can make with this.
If you can't decide, I'll have it raw.
Raw
Hey,
tofu?
wait! Don't eat that!
Raw tofu. I never tried tofu raw. For those who tried tofu, wow. Let me reset the sentence. I've never. If anyone has tried tofu raw, please let me know how it tastes.
Wow, this place is beautiful!
Yeah, it must be some sort of rest and leisure area for the locals.
You think? Man, these Renin sure know how to live it up, don't they?
Is something the matter, Dohalim?
Before I went down to Dana, my friends and I, we used to gather at this very spot and play music together. Avakir, Faria, and Tarnigan. That was a lifetime ago now.
Tarnigan. He was the one that Faria mentioned, right?
He was once my dearest, closest friend. As well as Faria's betrothed. Despite Faria's lower class upbringing, she possesses a tremendous talent for music. Entranced by her playing, I helped her overcome her sense of inferiority and introduced her to Tarnigan and Avakir. It was a time of great joy. 4 people bound only by their love of music, with no care for social standing. Only the next song, the next melody.
That is deep, man.
A friendship based on mutual respect, and a society where everyone is a prisoner to their social class. You really are different, Dohalim.
That's why I love
You would
music.
see it as strange.
I would have, once. Now, I think the idea of breaking away from society's constraints and choosing your friends based solely on affection is something beautiful that's worth cherishing.
That line. I definitely
Besides,
agree.
it was that way of looking at the world that laid the foundations for coexistence in Menancia.
Your praise does me too great an honor. I was merely following the wishes of my own heart. And even then, it only lasted until the crown contest began. After that, Tarnigan and I became fierce competitors for the position of Lord. Tarnigan had fallen for Faria. By becoming Lord, he aimed to wrest her from her humble origins and raise her to the highest echelons of society. But fate was not so benevolent.
What happened?
Tarnigan was no match for me in combat. On a level playing field, he wouldn't have stood a chance. But he was desperate and low on options, and he couldn't stand the thought of defeat.
You mean he resorted to dirty tactics to try to win, right? But then why does Faria think... Wait. Don't tell me she doesn't know.
How could I tell her? Combined with the trauma of losing her beloved, and by her friend's hand, no less. She would have been devastated.
So instead you let her go on hating you, so she could use that hate as a crutch for her grief?
That's not the same as running away, though.
It is exactly the same. Unable to face the loss of my friend and the burden of my duty. Instead, I decried my fate and looked away from what I'd done.
Oh.
As for what happened after, that you already know.
But if you hadn't become Lord, Menancia wouldn't be what it is now. The Danans there would still be suffering under Renan oppression like before.
Shion's right. What other lord would have treated me as you did? Anyone else and I would have been dead long ago. You've saved so many people, Dohalim. You saved me. It's thanks to you that I'm here today. So, try not to blame yourself. The burden you've placed on your own shoulders is too much for anyone to bear.
Frank as always. But I shall do my best to heed your advice.
Do you think he'll be all right?
Yeah, I think so. He's got Kisara.
It's important to have someone like that.
I didn't realize how difficult it is just to be there for someone.
Sometimes just knowing someone's on your side can be enough. And he knows, Shion. I promise he does.
I hope you're right.
What are you doing there, dude? You're being a little creepy creep.
Alphen.
Yeah?
I never appreciated until recently just how much you were always there to support me.
It goes both ways. You've helped me keep going more times than I can count.
Maybe, but I still wanted to say thank you.
I see a medic and supply officer over there. If they know you're with me, they'll likely offer their assistance.
Vapid meat tastes so sweet. And now let's take some chicken and give it some feet. And don't forget this little piggy too. A little cow and a maybe little sheep. Ooh, that's a lot of money. Excuse me. Let me restock.
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
Ooh, let's change up my odds a little too. Okay. Have a good rest. I assume you're going to work? I assume you're going to work? It's been a I'll see you later again. Oh, we'll see you in 10 days.
Damn it. Lenegis soldiers.
Any way we can avoid fighting them?
That all depends on them. Whatever happens, be ready.
Well, so much for them not wanting to fight. Oh! I am Lord Dohalim of Elder Menachia. I command you.
The rest of the city must be erased.
No. Have they been brainwashed too?
Brainwashed or not. If they want to fight, they got one.
Its armor's too strong.
Split it open!
Be my guest.
Armor won't save you! No further! The enemy wields our teeth.
You'll soon get toasty!
Bird strike! Back into the fray! They smite with
Attack time indeed.
Where are you going?
You picked the wrong fight.
Now! First aid! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished. Struck! Rising Lightning! Struck!
Lightning orb! Lunar corruption!
You're mine! It's over!
Annihilation!
Fall back!
Leave the
soaring blood!
It's over!
Glacial spear! Freeze laser!
Those soldiers seem different from the citizens we've come across so far.
Yeah, they weren't big talkers, that's for sure. They just attacked without warning.
They weren't in the least bit fazed by Dohalim's presence either.
Indeed. They seem to recognize us as enemies, nothing more. And yet, traditionally, Lenegis hasn't been high on threats. A few frenzied Zeugles during experiments here and there, but not much else.
Their glazed-over eyes reminded me of the soldiers and slaves we met back in Ganath Harros. The ones in blind devotion to Volron.
I've never seen anything like that here on Lenegis before.
Maybe someone doesn't want us here, and the soldiers are their way of letting us know.
What with the Red Woman, the Sovereign, and Volron, we're starting to develop quite the growing list of adversaries. At least we'll know to keep our wits about us.
Are you just going to keep standing around or what?
Sorry, I'm just getting prepped over
Yeah,
here.
I am. Okay. Hi. Hello. How are you doing? Please don't charge at me.
What could this be?
Yes. Please don't charge at me when I go over there. Please and thank you.
Get lost! Here goes!
It's over!
Radiant storm!
You're
Here,
mine!
flame of fury! Burning
Here I come!
These ones can run fierce around us! Illuminate! This one's mine!
You're finished!
Holy glimmer! Holy lamp!
Here I come!
Here I go!
Leave the ensnaring to me. Yeah, and pummeling to me.
Attaboy, Law.
Raging cascade!
Light burst forth.
Radiant genesis!
I'm ready! You're mine!
Blow them away.
Not a chance!
Here goes lightning!
You're finished!
Thunder! Mega ray!
No further! Yearns to be let free! It's over! Rising Wyvern! Here I come! Air pressure! You're on! I'm ready! Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! Now! Begin! You're finished! Rising Wyvern!
Mega ray! Now!
Demons descend. Flashing fang. My exploits are bearing fruit.
Run, run, run.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Not in your dreams!
It's over!
Law, a little help here?
Going in!
Thank you, though.
See one, eh? You picked the wrong fight! You're mine! It's over!
This one's mine!
Fire support! Too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
You're mine!
Illuminate the dark! Come forth, holy glimmer!
It's over!
Raging denied! In here!
It's over!
I'll be saving this one!
No further! Here I come! It's over! It's over!
Spread! Dance in the wind!
You're
In here!
finished!
I'll be saving this one!
It's over!
Now you see what I can do.
We're not finished!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! Now!
Starting wind!
No escape!
Thank you! If it's in the sky, it's mine! In the wind! Arch steel!
Here I come!
I'll blind you with
Do
your
it! Astral energy!
Say no more!
With this, I can become even stronger!
Okay. To the left, to the left. To the house, to the left.
Right, here goes! Now you learn! You're finished!
Can't get out of this.
How long are we gonna keep this up for exactly? And here!
I owe you one! Burn!
I'm sorry, but they do the same for me.
Well done!
More with that here!
Take this!
Now you see what I can do.
Damn it!
I'm out of ammo!
Take this!
Blah blah blah.
Can't get out of this!
Illuminate the
Not
dark
today!
Shattering
up pieces! Attack time! I'll smash you!
Healing circle, thanks!
Take this!
Nothing
Get by me!
Glacial spear,
Take this! You're finished!
freeze lance!
You're mine! You're finished!
Lightning condemned!
Catapult! Far enough!
Do it!
Take this!
Illuminate the astral energy! Full throttle!
I need to be stronger.
Okay.
Those soldiers don't seem to have any qualms about attacking on sight.
Is someone making them stand guard over the Forbidden Zone?
Oh, Zeno, thank you for the raid! Yes! Welcome, raiders! Welcome, raiders. Shout out. Zenovus? You're just watching Xian eat? Oh, you were playing Stray. How was it? We have a shortcake recipe. Shortcake. I don't know, like all of the these recipes in the game, like all the Tales of games in particular. It was like really fun. Oh, I'm glad you're having fun with Stray, Zeno. Yeah. We have a dead end. I had to fight that big thing. No, I don't want to fight that big thing. But I had to fight that big thing. Hi. Go easy on me, please.
Hi, Hoodle!
Well.
In a bind?
I'm ready! Raging storm!
Burn in hell!
Lunar purification!
Here I come! You're finished!
This one's mine!
Allow me to help.
Lightning
Here I
condemned!
come!
Thunder
Now you
blade!
see what I can do!
Mega ray!
You're mine!
Downfall!
Take this! Tempting!
Downfall! Thunder field!
You're mine!
Raging annihilation!
Take this!
On flame! Dance in the wind! In
You're
here!
mine!
By the
You're
power of
finished!
water! I'll be safe
Can you take
for
it?
one! Lightning!
Take this!
Illuminate
It's
the
over!
dark! Magic is there!
Here I come! It's over!
I'm out of ammo!
Take this!
Annihilation! Mega ray! Lightning! Raging cascade! Here goes! Confiscated!
Rotating pile driver! Not today!
Lunar corruption! Can't be
Here I
stopped!
come!
By the power
It's
of
over!
water!
Heal! You're mine! It's over!
Storm!
Here I come!
Move
You're
right their way!
finished! Rupture!
By
You're
the power
mine!
of water!
You're mine!
This one's mine!
It's over!
Thunderblade! Illuminate the dark!
Thank you for the follow, Epic. Welcome.
Healing circle!
Can't get out of this! It's over! You're mine! An everlasting darkness won't save you! Negative damage! You're finished! Bathed in blood! Raising you apart! It's over! It's on! You're mine! It's over! Elusive deity! Eat this! You're mine!
You're quite sick.
It's over! You're mine!
I'm running out of CP, just like from a common enemy.
It's in your hands now. Stay away from my friend! Here I come! Shattering pieces! This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! Leave it to you!
Yes, hello. Yes, I'm Sayori. Dragonfly Cubs is my cosplay tag. And when will this start?
Not today! Elusive deity!
Caps lock is fine.
No further!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Remember to tell me if you need healing.
I expect you'll be in high demand if that's the case.
Wow. Yeah, I think this is fine. 80% of healage is fine.
Out of our way!
Bring him down! Demon land!
They really don't give up, do they?
It's over!
Soaring myself together. One more! Back into the fray!
You're mine!
Let them march and handle this!
Here I come! You're mine! You're finished! Flame inside me! You're off to be run free! You're mine! On your knees!
Let me help!
Ignite!
Here's the thing! Glacial spear! Pierce the evil!
Oh, I forgot to do something for you all raiders. I'll probably do it after this fight.
Illuminate the dark! Now! Jolene! This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes! Not a chance! Captivity!
Glacial spear! Pierce evil!
Here I come! You're finished! You picked the wrong fight!
Raging spear! Here goes! Into the sun!
I'm ready!
Get toasty!
Burn strike! Not a chance!
Confiscated! I'm ready!
You're mine!
That'll bring you down! Now! It's over! Astral energy! Full throttle!
My turn!
Lightning orb!
Take this! You're finished!
Watch and
You're mine! Resonate with the earth! Stalagmite! Armor won't save you!
Raging cascade!
Here I come! You're finished!
Okay, there we go. This is for everybody who's raiding. So thank you for the raid. I don't know what to say. Instead, all I can say is welcome. Please grab some hot chocolate and chill and vibe with me. Thank you. There we go. That's a little raid song too.
I won't forgive you!
Tell me, have you ever considered your purpose?
I appreciate the best aid.
Benediction. Here I come! It's over! Here! Time to let it rip! Here I come! You're mine! I owe you one. Blood. Anything in order is all mine! Now you see what I can do! My deal?
Not on my watch.
Take this! You're finished! Escape!
Here, let me help. Where are you going?
You're finished!
Here's a healing arm! Ready to go!
No escape! Can't get out of this! No escape!
Healing circle. Stay.
Run!
Just let it go.
Here I come!
Thanks so much.
Take this! Now you see what I can do!
Do it. Astral energy. Full throttle. Go.
It's over!
I've used too much.
Take this!
Far enough!
You're mine! You're mine! Staggered blade! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Glacial Spear! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! My turn!
No
storm shall break this night! It's over! Eagle Ray! Prepare to be
Astral energy.
Say no more! My turn!
I felt better, that's for sure.
This must be it. The entrance to the Forbidden Zone.
But it's just a wall. How do we get through?
Whoa, we? I thought this was Sovereigns only.
Alphen.
Ooh, sparkly shiny.
Yes! It opened!
Interesting. If Alphen's presence still opens the way, it would seem the Sovereign of 3 centuries ago and now are considered one and the same.
What?
What the?
Alphen.
You again.
Tomorrow's the spirit channeling ceremony. We'll finally play our parts as the Sovereign and Maiden. How have you been feeling?
What am I sovereign of? Shuffled from lab to lab, always treated like an experiment. Whenever they look at me, all they see is a Danon. I don't even know what their precious ceremony's for. Let alone what they're going to force me to do as the Sovereign. Tell me, if we're both in the same boat, why do you seem so calm right now?
No choice. Becoming the Maiden's not something I wanted for myself. But they They said Rena's prosperity depended on it. How could I say no after that?
Still, as a Renan, at least you got to decide. Good for you. Meanwhile, I was taken from my homeland. You aren't the captive one here.
It isn't right what they did to you, and I'm sorry for what it's worth. When this is over, I swear I'll help you get home. I can't do this alone. One more day.
How could I say no to that? It's not like I have any choice in the matter anyway. So, what's your name?
It's Naori. Naori Imaris. Try to remember this time.
You don't act like them. Like the other Renans, I mean. How come you treat me like a person?
Because you are. It's true we come from different worlds. But neither one of us asked to be here right now. In that sense, you and I are much the same. We couldn't do this. We wouldn't be able to talk to each other as people if we didn't see the humanity in each other.
So I suppose the question you should be asking is, why wouldn't I treat you like one?
You're not like the others.
Maybe they're not like me.
Here's what we'll do. We give them their damn ceremony. You get me to Dana. That'll be the end of it. I'm taking you at your word on this. I'm trusting you, not them. Naori.
What the hell just happened?
That vision. Did everyone else see it too?
Nice
That person Alphen was speaking to, she looked exactly like Shion.
It was Naori. Naori Imaris. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that's right.
She really does look like Shion. I'm beginning to see why Alphen was so confused.
That's all very well and fine, but what did we just witness exactly? It was too real to be a mere hallucination.
It was a conversation we had 300 years ago. The night before the ceremony.
You mean all of that really happened? We just saw an episode straight out of your past?
But how is that even possible? Unless... Could this be the Red Woman's handiwork too?
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
You guys didn't feel it? The moment the entrance opened, it was like a stream of Danon astral energy rushing over us.
I felt it too. And not for the first time either. It was the same sensation as back inside the wedge.
That would make sense. After all, vast amounts of Dana's astral energy were being siphoned and sent up here to Lenegus. For all we know, perhaps we're close to the spot where all that energy was stored.
So you think it might have been the energy itself that was responsible for that vision we just saw? But how? And why?
We have no way of knowing. Maybe it's not even as deliberate as all that.
Shion, you okay?
Yeah. It was all just a little sudden. That's all. So that was my ancestor, huh? It was like looking into a mirror.
Yeah, there certainly is a resemblance.
What about you? How are you holding up?
Me?
Even putting aside the question of where that vision came from, it's likely we'll see more of those. Reliving painful episodes from your past. Do you think you can handle it?
I can't just pretend like the past never happened. Besides, if it helps us uncover the truth of what that ceremony really was, it might also lead to answers about your thorns.
Alphen.
That's not all. This whole time, we've been fighting to free Dana from the Renans. But now that we're here, it seems those same Renans might have it just as bad. I'd like to liberate them too, if I can. Which is just another reason I can't afford to shield my eyes from the truth.
Whether you're on Dana or somewhere else, you always stay the same. Your indignation and righteous passion, your desire to free and protect, they're all hardwired into you. Not that I'm complaining. Come on, Let's bust this thing wide open.
Nobody's here.
Stay sharp. After that last illusion, there's no telling what could happen in here.
Oh, Forbidden Zone. Well, we're gonna save the entry to the Forbidden Zone in the next stream. Yeah. So I'm gonna pop a save right here and do a little bit of just chatting for you guys. So thank you for tuning in to today's stream. I appreciate and love all of you. And I will see you guys on Tuesday where we try to get through some more Genshin Impact. And I'll probably get dizzy doing so because, well, dizzy and lost. Yeah. Those Mirage domains, though, definitely make you dizzy. Because I've kind of done some in my North America account, so it was like, well, dizziness central. Alrighty, we're going to raid Senna. Raid. Alright, and here's the raid message. Copy and paste this into the chat, and I will see you guys on Tuesday with more Genshin Impact. Thank you for tuning in to my stream, Nova. I appreciate it. I will see you guys on Tuesday. So thank you Zeno for the raid, and welcome Epic into the stream chat. Thank you very much for all you raiders as well. So I'm gonna switch to my end screen right now, and we'll raid